I'm Leslie Bennett, owner and creative director of Pine House Edible Gardens, also the founder and director of Black Sanctuary Gardens, based here in Oakland, California. The Black Sanctuary Gardens project is a series of gardens created by, for, and with Black women. It's a collaborative series where we create these garden spaces that really reflect, support, and celebrate Black women. My work is around dreaming up, envisioning, designing, and actually making gardens that are supportive and meaningful. And I wanted to do that with Black women at the center. I wanted to direct my own skills and resources. I think for me personally, and I think also sort of collectively, the idea of putting Black women at the center, that saying Black women are my priority, Black women are our priority, is a really exciting direction and shift to take. It took some intention for me to direct my work in that way, and it's been really creatively exciting. It's been really personally meaningful, and I'm so excited to have been able to create these spaces, and I'm really excited about seeing how this series of gardens develops. I anticipate getting to see a series of gardens that shows the full range of the experience of Black women. This work is definitely inspired by Alice Walker's writing around Black women and our gardens. In her book, In Search of Our Mothers, or In Search of My Mother's Garden, she tells the story of going to the South and seeking out her mother's garden and realizing that for her mother and for Black women generally, the garden is a place where we can explore and find our creativity, our spirituality, and artistic work are the words that she uses. And I think that's something that we don't see and hear very often, that gardens are ours, that gardens are Black women's birthrights, that we do have a relationship to plants and to nature and to cultivation and growing beautiful, meaningful, nurturing things. I love to have Meyer lemons near the kitchen door for all my clients because I think Meyer lemons are just so nice to have at hand, so you can step out and grab them when you need them. This was a yuzu, or is a yuzu, that was actually a gift from my client's mother-in-law. Her husband is of Japanese heritage, and his parents are avid gardeners, and they had gifted this yuzu, which was languishing, let's say. So we gave it a home, and it's happy, it's healthy, and it actually does a lot of work just kind of softening this corner, so it's doing aesthetic work. My client loves roses. She loves flowers in general, so this is one of my favorite roses that we included. We also put some peonies in, and there's lots of gorgeous blooms to cut through the season. I love this sunsetty tone. Here's a little insect friend. But yeah, such a beautiful rose, and this really sort of helps to set the color scheme of the garden. There's 3 Culinary Bay plants here, 1, 2, 3, and I love to use these in the garden because they're evergreen. They do a really nice job of softening and screening, and then they're great for cooking with. So all we do is just cut the leaves, and then that's ready for cooking. The fig is another favorite food. The leaves are actually great for cooking with. And then of course the fruit, which probably just ripened and was eaten earlier this season. We've got these beautiful Feuilles persimmons. These are gorgeous. They're almost ripe, so give them like another couple weeks. But this is the Feuilles persimmon, which is one of my favorite fruit trees to grow. It is a crunchy, sort of, you eat it like an apple, so just a crunchy little fruit, ripens up in the late fall. The leaves are actually going to drop, and then you'll have these left, so it's sort of like a warm-up to the holiday season with ornaments on the tree is the way I always think of it. Something that we really wanted to achieve here was a sense of serenity and peace and retreat, so creating the sort of green room effect was really important. We use this really special bamboo. It's a clumping bamboo, and that sort of really softens the space and gives you the sense of enclosure and protection. We contrasted that intentionally with the fig, which is deciduous on that wall over there. And that was so that we'd have the broad leaves contrasting with the sort of grassy bamboo texture. And then I love that wall, and that wall it's the neighbor's garage, I think, but it's got that beautiful weathered sense to it. And that was something that I wanted to actually highlight. It sort of gives a sense of space and timelessness. And then we also get to admire the form of the fig on that beautiful wood. This is one of my absolute favorite plants to landscape with and to design with and to garden with. It's the Leucospermum spider. And so that's one of those awesome Trotea family flowers that I know Farmgirl Flowers uses a lot, and that we use a lot in our arrangements. What's great about it is that it's a winter bloomer. So we've got winter blooms to cut, and then in the spring along come the peonies, and then after that come along the roses. And we've got, of course, lavender and yarrow and other sort of supporting flowers in the garden as well. But sort of building in that seasonality and making sure there's always something to cut and bring indoors is a big part of how this garden helps to connect to the land and to the seasons. That wraps up our garden tour. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad to get to share it with you. So we've got plants that really reflect my client's family story. Every part of this garden is really carefully selected and woven together for inspiration and creativity. And I'm so glad to have been able to make it for my client here, for our Black Sanctuary Gardens participant, and also to get to share it with you here today. Thank you.